Don't you ever touch her again. I'm standing in the middle of my grandmother's room at Hillcrest Care Home. My voice is shaking, my hands are not. The caregiver Marcus, 34, broad shoulders, name badge still clipped to his chest, takes one step back. His face is not surprised, it's calculating. Behind me, my grandmother, 81 years old, still in her Sunday dress, the blue one, with white buttons she always wears when I visit. Her left wrist wrapped in a kitchen towel, her eyes not on Marcus, on me. The expression on her face is not relief. It's terror, because she knows what comes after I leave. 3 people in this room, 3 versions of the truth, and I have 30 seconds to decide which one to believe. 4 months ago, I brought my grandmother to Hillcrest because I had no choice, or at least that's what I told myself. My name is Claire Novak. I'm 29. I work in digital marketing. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment that has exactly 0 space for a hospital bed. My grandmother, Eleanor Novak, 81, raised me. Not in a greeting card way, in a real way. She picked me up from school every day for 11 years after my parents split. She taught me to make pierogi from scratch. She sat with me through 2 broken engagements and 1 lost job and never once said, "I told you so." When she fell and broke her hip last January, the doctor said she needed round-the-clock care. I looked at my apartment, I looked at my bank account, I looked at Hillcrest Care Home, 4 stars on Google, clean lobby, fresh flowers at the front desk. I signed the paperwork on a Tuesday. She moved in on a Thursday. She never complained. That should have been my first sign. Eleanor Novak complains about everything. It's her love language. Day 12, Sundays became our day. Every Sunday at noon, I arrive. She's already in the kitchen, the small residence kitchen on the 2nd floor, making pierogi. She bribes the cook with compliments, gets access to the dough, has everything ready when I walk in. We eat. We argue about my love life. She wins. I drive home at 4. This is the ritual. This is the evidence that everything is fine. Except I'm driving home at 4, and Marcus starts his Sunday shift at 4:15. Day 19, I arrive early, 11 instead of noon. Surprise visit, I want to see the pierogi being made from scratch. My grandmother is in her room, not in the kitchen, sitting in the chair by the window, facing the wall. The blinds are down. She didn't put the blinds down. She loves the light, always has, always opens everything as wide as it goes. Nan, what's wrong? Nothing. I'm resting. She turns, and I see it. Left side of her neck. A shadow. Purple-yellow at the edges. The shape is wrong for a fall. What happened to your neck? Long pause. I bumped into the bathroom door. I do it all the time. You know how clumsy I am. My grandmother is not clumsy. In 81 years, Eleanor Novak has never once described herself as clumsy. I pull up a chair and sit beside her. I don't touch the bruise, I just look at her face. She looks away first. I start paying attention, not to what she says, to what she doesn't say. Week 1. She doesn't mention any of the staff by name. She used to talk about everyone who was kind, who was rushed, who made terrible tea. Now, nothing. Week 2. She flinches when someone knocks on the door. A small flinch. A half second. She covers it immediately. But I see it. Week 3. The pierogi are ready earlier than usual. She wants me to leave by 3. I'm tired, Claire. Old women get tired. I drive home at 3. Marcus starts his shift at 3:15. Day 34. I come back Monday. Unannounced. Different day. different routine. I say I was in the neighborhood. I'm not in the neighborhood. I came because I haven't slept. Marcus is in the corridor outside her room. He sees me. Something crosses his face, not surprise. Adjustment. Inside, my grandmother is reading. She looks fine. She looks relieved. Later, when Marcus brings her medication, I watch. He puts the cup on the table without looking at her. She says, "Thank you." He says nothing, walks out. 30 seconds later, he comes back. "Mrs. Novak, did you take your pills?" She says, "Yes." "Because last time you forgot. You forget a lot lately, don't you?" His voice is perfectly pleasant, the way a knife is perfectly clean. The family should know when their grandmother starts forgetting things. He looks at me when he says it. It happens fast with dementia. One day they seem fine. She had a memory test 3 months ago. Perfect score. I look at her face. She's staring at her book. She's not reading. Day 38. I talk to the floor manager, Patricia. I tell her I'm concerned. I mention the bruise, the cardigan in August, the comment about dementia. Patricia listens. Patricia nods. Patricia says, "Marcus has been with us for 4 years. He's one of our most experienced caregivers. Your grandmother can be quite resistant to care. It's common at this stage." What stage? The adjustment stage. Residents sometimes act out when they feel a loss of independence. I drive home and call my grandmother. She picks up on the second ring. "Did you talk to them about Marcus?" "How does she know?" "He told me you came by. He said you were worried about my memory. He said maybe you were thinking about moving me somewhere more appropriate." He was in the room with her when she took the call. I can hear it in how carefully she's choosing words. "Nan, are you alone right now?" Pause. "I'll call you tomorrow, sweetheart." She hangs up. Day 41. I start coming every Wednesday. On the third Wednesday, day 41, I help her change her sweater because she says her shoulder aches. I see the bruises. Not 1. 3. Upper arm, below the shoulder blade. 1 on the wrist, finger-shaped. 4 parallel lines. This is not a bathroom door. This is not clumsiness. These are grip marks. "Nan, don't. You have to tell me. I'm telling you it's fine." It is not fine. Someone is hurting you. She closes her eyes. When she opens them, she's not looking at me, she's looking at the door. If I say anything, they'll move me to the locked ward. Her voice is very quiet. He told me. He said if I complain, Patricia will decide I'm a behavioral risk. I'll lose this room. I'll lose the kitchen. I'll lose Sundays. She turns to me. "I'll lose you coming, because the locked ward doesn't allow open visits." He built the cage out of the one thing she loves most. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because you worry. Because you already feel guilty about putting me here. Because you'd blame yourself." She reaches out and takes my hand. The hand with the bruised wrist. I didn't want to ruin our Sundays. I go home and I think, I can't go to Patricia. Patricia already chose a side. I can't go to the police with bruises on an 81-year-old woman who refuses to make a statement because she's afraid. I need evidence. I buy a small camera, the kind people use for doorbells. I tell my grandmother it's a gift, a little clock for the nightstand. She looks at it. She looks at me. "Is it recording?" "Yes." She puts it on the nightstand. "Facing the room, angle it slightly left," she says. "That's where he stands. 81 years old. Sharp, as the day she was born. The footage is not dramatic, it's worse than dramatic, it's routine. Day 43. Marcus brings lunch. She says the soup is cold. He takes the bowl, pours it back from the thermos. She can hear him in the corridor, brings it back. She thanks him. He waits until she picks up the spoon. Then he puts his hand flat on the table next to hers. Doesn't touch her. Just there, close, until her hand starts to shake. Careful, Mrs. Novak. Hot soup and shaky hands. He leaves. She sits for 4 minutes without moving. Then she eats the cold soup. Day 47. He comes in at 4:30. Doesn't knock. She's on the phone with me. He stands in the doorway until she says goodbye and hangs up. Then he closes the door. Day 58. My cousin Daniel calls me. Daniel is a nurse. He works in a different city. He tells me he received a call from Hillcrest from Patricia asking about Eleanor's medical history, specifically episodes of confusion. Aggression? Memory loss? Did you tell them anything like that? I ask. Of course not. She's sharp as a tack. I told them that. What did Patricia say? She said, and I'm quoting, "Family members aren't always the best judges of cognitive decline. We see them every day." I hang up. I open my laptop. I pull up the Hillcrest website. Under the care levels section, residents assessed at level 3 cognitive impairment are moved to the memory care wing. Private rooms become shared. Open visiting becomes scheduled. Families have less access. Staff have more control. He's not just hurting her, he's building a case to bury her somewhere I can't reach her. Day 61. I arrive at noon. She's in the kitchen. Blue dress, white buttons, pierogi ready. We eat. We argue about my love life. She wins. At 2:30, she takes my hand across the table. The camera, she says quietly. Go look at it tonight, Sunday evening. Her jaw tightens. He knows I'm recording something. He found the clock, but he doesn't know where I moved it. Where? Inside the book, on the windowsill. The spine faces out. The spine of the book she's had for 40 years. She hollowed out the cover. Look at Sunday evening. I kiss her forehead. I drive home. I am on the highway when Marcus starts his shift. I watch the footage at 9 p.m., 4:22 p.m. Marcus enters without knocking. She's sitting by the window reading the same book that hides the camera. She doesn't look up. He says something. I can't hear, the audio is muffled through the cover. But I can read her. Her shoulders come up. He steps toward her. She closes the book, puts it down carefully, spine facing out. She looks up at him. And she says something. Later, she tells me what she said. I know what you're doing, and I've decided I'm not going to let you. He reaches down and grabs her wrist. The same wrist. The camera catches the motion clearly. She makes a sound. And then something happens I didn't expect. She doesn't look scared. She looks directly into the camera spine, like she knew exactly where it was, like she'd been waiting. The footage is 13 seconds long, crystal clear, his face, his hand, her wrist. 13 seconds is enough. I am back at Hillcrest by 8 a.m. Monday with my cousin Daniel on the phone, with a lawyer I called at 7 a.m., with the footage on my phone. I walk past Patricia, I walk past the front desk, I walk to my grandmother's room. Marcus is in the corridor. He sees me. I hold up my phone. I press play. He watches himself. His face. His hand. Her wrist. I say one thing. Go find Patricia. I'll be with my grandmother. I go in. She's dressed. Blue dress. White buttons. She looks like she slept well for the first time in months. You watched it. I watched it. Good. She smooths her dress. I've been waiting to feel like myself again. I sit beside her. I don't speak for a minute. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Truly. She thinks, because you'd have taken me out of here immediately. And then he'd still be here, doing the same thing to the next woman, the one with no granddaughter who comes on Sundays. 81 years old. She was protecting them too, the women who come after her. Marcus is suspended that afternoon, pending investigation. The footage goes to the police. The lawyer files a formal complaint with the state health authority. 3 other residents come forward, 2 women and 1 man, all of them Sunday shift, same period, same pattern. They weren't going to say anything. Nobody was coming on Sundays. Patricia is placed on administrative leave. The cognitive assessment request, the one that would have moved my grandmother to the memory ward, is found in Marcus's personnel file. He initiated it. Not medically. Strategically. The case is not finished, but my grandmother is still in her room. Same window, same light, book on the windowsill. Sundays are still ours. Except now I arrive at 11, and I stay until 5. The pierogi are the same. The arguments about my love life, same. She still wins. One Sunday in October, she's braiding her own hair slowly, the way she always has, and she says without looking up, "You know what I kept thinking all those months?" What? She came to Sundays with flour on her hands and arguments ready. She hid bruises under cardigans in August. She hollowed out a book and hid a camera in the spine and waited not for rescue, for evidence. Some people need someone to fight for them. Eleanor Novak needed someone to come back. Every Sunday. 1 second too long. She's still cooking. She's still winning arguments. She's still there when I arrive. And I stopped leaving at 4. If someone you love is in residential care and something feels wrong, it probably is. Go back. Arrive early. Change the pattern. The camera in the book was her idea. Listen to your grandmother.